Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This one's going deep. We're talking about something that fucks up a lot of people without them even realizing it. Comparison. Comparison kills confidence. Comparison kills progress. And if you don't learn how to manage it, and I mean really manage it, you'll stay stuck while thinking everyone else is winning. First of all, let's call out the bad side of it, the toxic shit. Scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, seeing people on vacation, buying new cars, posting big wins. You look at your life and think, damn, I'm behind. Why don't I have that? I wasted my life, etc., etc. Bro, that's a trap. And and the problem is you keep walking into it. That's the problem. You know it's bad. You know it's fake. You know it's crap, but you keep walking into it because you want it, because you like it. It's kind of like a drug, then you know it's not good for you, but you keep using it because you're addicted to it. You're comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel. Can you imagine how fucked up is that? And guess what? Social media doesn't care about your mental health, it just wants your attention. And if you don't control the algorithm, it will control you. Let me say that again. You have to control the algorithm. You have to force it to show you what you have to you really have to control the algorithm, guys, in here. And it's really easy. It's not rocket science. It's just by um going, let's say, to your favorite pages, whatever it is. You like cooking, you like athletes, you like sport, you like, I don't know, learning Spanish, Italian, French, English, Chinese, you like startups, you like finance, AI, crypto. Find the right source, go like a couple of their reels and photos, like 10, 15. Just keep a couple of a few days, go back to those pages, see their stories, follow, and then you're gonna see your feed is gonna be full of other mentors or other legit pages that you are looking for. You have to force the algorithm to show you what feeds your growth, not what feeds your jealousy or insecurity. Because if you don't, the comparison, if you don't do that, the comparison loop will crush you. Comparison creates depression, and people, they don't even realize it. You don't realize it. You keep scrolling on Instagram, TikTok, all that, and you don't realize what damage you are doing to your mental health. And every time you scroll, it gets you one more step closer to your depression. You see your neighbor bought a new car. Your cousin got engaged. Your friend got promoted. Your ex is dating someone new. And you're here, hustling, bootstrapping, building, sacrificing. And you start thinking, why am I not why I'm not there yet? Why is it taking me so long? Maybe I messed up. Maybe I'm not good enough. Your brain starts feeding you that shit. And here's the thing, your brain listens to what you tell it. If you say I'm a loser, your brain believes you. If you say I'm behind, your brain builds a whole reality around it. And then it starts to sabotage you. That's how brain works, if you didn't know. That's how depression kicks in. That's how you start questioning everything. And all of that just because you compared your life to someone else. Now, hold on. We got healthy comparison vs toxic comparison. Now, look, not all comparison is bad. There's healthy way to compare a like a competitive mindset. You're an athlete, watch how the top dogs train, compete to become better. You're in sales, look at the best guy on your team and try to beat him next month. That kind of comparison is fuel. You need that. But you don't look at him and say, oh my God, he made more than me. I suck. I never catch up. I'm talking about that sales guy who's better than you in your company. You look at him and say, what can I learn from him? How can I beat myself from last week? Because the best competition is the one you have with yourself. Guys, I don't want you to get this wrong. I don't want you to be like, all right, Ali said like comparison is bad, is not healthy, so it is what it is. I'm suck, I'm not good, and I will never ever try to become the better version of myself because then I'm gonna start comparing myself to other people, to other players in the industry, and then I'm gonna realize that oh, I mean comparison is bad. Yeah, they're talking about it. It's toxic. Um, it creates depression and it's bad. So I'm gonna stay. I mean, uh, you know, whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna stay here. If I'm not healthy, if I'm not working out, if I'm fat, if I'm not going to the gym, all right, yeah. Why should I? I'm not gonna compare myself to the other guys who are like good looking and they have a good body shape and they are six packs and all that. Cause comparison is bad and it's not good for my health and it creates depression. So I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not talking about that, guys. You know what? You can I mean, there are so many good things going on around you, but it also depends how you see those things going on around you. I mean, with one eye, you can be like, you can give like positive feedback, oh, that's good, etc., etc. With the other eye, you can crush that thing and just turn it into a big crap, just like comparison. If you don't control it, yes, it's gonna, I mean, destroy you if you don't control it. If you just scroll on social media and just compare yourself to other people's fake life, or oh, somebody just posted a Rolls Royce or a Mercedes or Ferrari, or they went to Mykonos or Dubai or Miami, or here and there and Aspen, and I'm not there, and you don't know what's going on in their life, how miserable they are. That's the kind of comparison which is going to destroy you. But if you compare yourself for good, if you don't if I mean if you're fat, all right, and then you like keep watching instead of watching food and cooking and stuff like that and chefs and whatever and restaurants and vacation on social media, if you start watching good looking people, I mean trainers, you see their muscles, biceps, shoulders, triceps, they're posting their workout, their meals, their diet plan. That's a good comparison. Because what's next is gonna stop you from eating junk food, eating, chocolate and all that shit, not getting up, going to the work. You wanna be like them. I mean, not getting up, going to work out. That's what I mean when I said not going up, getting to work, or to the gym or whatever, just running the street. So that's a good comparison. If you compare for good instead of jealousy, if you compare your for good to someone who's closing more deals in your sales team, or to a developer who's getting more done by taking advantage of AI, or to another founder who's a serial entrepreneur and have created amazing companies and amazing like reputation and all that, and you want to be like him, you want to learn from him, you want to implement those good things that you see, you want to implement those in your life, in your business, in your relation, and become the better version of yourself. That's good. But just, oh look, that guy he's dating that hot chick. Oh look, they're in going to that fancy restaurant. My neighbor he just came, from this luxury vacation, whatever they went to Mediterranean, and I didn't. Oh, and I'm stuck in here, and I didn't even have a, you know, that's gonna kill you, and you don't even realize it. Don't fall into other people's trap. Here's something else. Don't get dragged into other people's chaos. Someone, I talked about this in my previous episode too. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Someone snaps at you. Someone skips the line. Someone disrespects you. You get triggered and think, I have to say something. I have to react. I can't let this slide. No, bro, that's a trap. That person might be having a shitty day, or they might just have, like, I don't know, just mentally sick or something. Might be looking for, imagine that person is mentally sick or whatever, and he's just looking for a fight. And you walk into that energy. You allow yourself, it's like, come on. You walk into that energy. Now you are in the mud too. Be calm, be smart. Don't give them your peace. Don't go to other people's trap. It's an art that you need to work on it to learn it. You will have a much more happy life, happy business, whatever you're doing. And now, talking about comparison, talking about don't go to other people's trap and all that, it's also bring us to living the moment, not in regret. That's what I would say. Let me talk to you about one of the biggest cancers of happiness. It's called regret. People spend years living in the past. If I only, if, and if. If I started earlier, if I only invested in Bitcoin, if I only didn't make that mistake. Always talking about the past, about their failed marriage, whatever, or, just always talking about the past. They forget about the moment and about the future, but mostly about the moment. Let me tell you something. You can't change shit. The past is done. You can learn from it, but you can't edit it. I look back and think, look, let me give you an example about myself, that it happens a lot. All right? I always used to think, and you know, I was always saying, like, if I started the list 5 years earlier, wow, you know, I would be a super millionaire by now. If I had launched the first delivery app in Greece, the funny thing is that when I moved to Greece, right now I'm in Florida, but when I moved to Greece some years ago, um, so back then I wasn't speaking Greek good, and so I was doing the last 2 years of my college in Athens. And one day at school, I asked my classmates, I was like, guys, is there any website or any something, whatever, that I could order food online? Because, I'm new here and I don't speak the language, and, I'm just calling some random restaurants for food delivery. I don't know what they have. I don't understand the accent. Sometimes they don't speak English. So everybody, they look at me like I was an alien. Like, what is he talking about? Website, food delivery? And that time it came to my mind, I was like, damn, there's nothing like that in Greece. So I should do it. And I had a Greek friend, who was a businessman and was one of the, most successful people that time, very well known in Greece. And I told him, hey, I have this idea and let's do this. And he started laughing at it. And he was like, oh, do you think Greeks would go to mobile app to order, like, gyros, souvlaki, gyros, whatever you might call it. In Greece we call it gyros. Yeah, in America they call it, in Greek we call it souvlaki, and some European they call it gyros, American they call it gyros. So, and he was like, "Do you think Greeks would go to mobile app to order souvlaki? Ha ha ha! Greeks would just pick up the phone, dial the restaurant, and they're gonna bring it to you, right?" And a few years later, it was booming, all these delivery apps, you know, and they killed it. So every time I'm going back, I'm thinking, sometimes I'm like, damn, if I would have started the list a few years earlier, that time, I mean, the competition was easy. The online reservation apps, they were not that good. Even, let's say, nobody knew Open Table and things like that. Not so many people, at least not in Europe and in America, like, wasn't that serious. So, oh my God, I would be a unicorn by now. Or if I go a little bit more back, I'm like, um, if I would have started that food delivery app, oh my God, I would be a billionaire most probably by now. And then can you imagine, with that amount of money, that amount of funds, I would have started the list. And geez, I mean, I wouldn't even need investor, and I would be an investor myself, just dropping money on the others. So I would be owning yachts, private jets, and you name it by now. So, and if I go a little bit more back, I'm like, hey, I had a few years ago, before I started the list, I had some savings, and I could have started, like, maybe create build some boutique hotels, or some starting my own Airbnb, some villas in the Greek islands. Summer is, always booming in Greece. So many travelers, so many tourists. So hey, I would have started with one, and now maybe I would have like 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, who knows, amazing villas in different Greek islands, and I would have collecting shed load of money without going through so many. If I go a little bit more back, I'd be like, hey, I started with e-commerce. I started selling shit on eBay, Amazon, buying from China, selling when nobody knew about drop shipping, when nobody had an idea, when nobody wasn't even trusting the online websites, right? People that were going to physical stores. And I did it good, and I made good amount of money. But the problem of us human, when you do something good, everything is good. You always want more. I mean, it's good, yeah, okay. You are thankful. What we say, what I say, be thankful for what you have, but always try for more. So I was really thankful for what I had, and then I was like, now I want something more. Now this, buying from China, selling on eBay and Amazon, it doesn't like satisfy me anymore. I want something more. I want to create something big. I want to do something more. So then I'm thinking, if I would have continued my online shops and drop shipping, and now with Shopify and all that, oh my God, I would be one of the biggest influencers in that industry right now. And then if I go a little bit more back, I'm like, oh, when all these things they started becoming fashion, like food tasting, content create, all that. If I would have, I mean, I went to so many travels, and I've tried different cuisine and stuff like that. And oh my God, that would be amazing. No headaches, no competition, no employees, you know. So just travel around, eat at the best restaurants or the local food, and just record it, post it online, and become influencer and make shed load of money. And even if you think about it, then I'm like, oh, if I go a little bit more back, um, when was it? Like, um, uh, about like Bitcoin. I think when they launched, it was like what, 0.01, something like that. I mean, super cheap, right? So if I go more back, then I'm like, how about if I would have bought like 5K, 10K, let's say $10,000 Bitcoin, if I would have bought back then, done. I would be a billionaire by now. Most probably they would have called me Mr. Bitcoin wherever I go, and then no work, no employees, no headache, no stress. no competition, no here, no there, not this, not that, and just I would be secure. Even me, my family, my parents, my whoever people, whoever is around me, my children, my grandchildren, their children, everybody would be super safe. So you can't. My point is that you can't always just beat yourself for the opportunities that you lost in the past. Or when they talk to, let's say, Mark Cuban, is like, yeah, like my biggest, or yeah, my biggest regret in my in my past life, in my investments life, was that I passed on Uber. I didn't believe in Uber, and now look at that. So it's you're not alone. There's so many other people like you. Actually, everybody. Like, if you sit down and talk to them, there's something, or there are many things in their past that they regret. Good opportunities. Oh yeah, or maybe yeah, I met the most beautiful girl of my life. I don't know, but I was stupid. I didn't get her. Oh my God, I still think about her every day and night. And the other one is like, oh, I missed to invest in that company. The other one is like, I had the opportunity to work in that company. I could be employee number 10. I didn't believe it. And now, it was a startup back then, and now they're a unicorn. And whoever joined them like earlier stage now, they receive lots of stock and stuff like that. And then they're all like millionaires, etc., etc. But I'm still in my company, doing my 9 to 5 and having my salary. The other guy is like, oh, if I would have bought Bitcoin. The other one is like, oh, if I would have started this earlier. The other one is like, oh, etc. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, you know um uh they had a newborn. They just got a baby. And I talked to him. I was like, hey dude, like, congrats and all that. I was like, how do you feel? So he's like 30 something, and I'm like, how do you feel? And what he told me, it was it was really funny. He was like, I regret. I was like, what? I thought this is like, oh, I regret, why did I make a baby, and it's too much. He was like, I regret why I didn't do it earlier. I regret why I didn't do it earlier. I was like, God, everybody, they have a, you talk to people, doesn't matter, good or bad, they all regret something in their past life. Just get over it. It's that easy. It's history. It's a part of history. Germans, they don't beat themselves. Why? Oh, we used to have Hitler, and we used to be Nazis, and we used to, kill the people around the world. But they got over it. You can get over it too. All right? Get over your past, learn from it, live in the moment, and implement for your future, so you don't do the same mistakes again. Right? As I said before, guys, people spend years living in the past. If only I started earlier. If only, I don't know, I invested in Ethereum. If only, So, yeah. And I mean, guess what? Like, so as I said, I had also, I'm a human too. So I was like, about my own startup. I was like, if I would have done this in the past, if I would have started earlier, if I would have, do this, do that, I would be in a much better position now. But guess what? That version of me didn't exist yet back then. I wasn't ready. So it doesn't matter. Now, with the experience that I have now in work and startup journey, yes, I can sit and I can say, if I would have done this or that, etc., I would be in a much better position now. Or now that I know crypto, I'm saying, oh my goodness, if I don't know, in 2012 I would have bought some Bitcoin, oh my God, now I would be like, I would have the biggest yacht, on the sea. But that time I didn't know shit about crypto. Who knew? Who knew? The guy, like, I don't know, just a famous story that the guy just bought two pizzas, like two pepperonis with, like, I don't know how many Bitcoin, that I think it was like equal, now today I think it was equal to something like, if I'm not mistaken, $200 million, something like that, or 24. I don't remember the exact price, but it's crazy. So what if you were that guy? Most probably you would have hanged yourself, right? Who knew back then? Who knew? The thing is, right now there's so many shit going on that you don't know about them, and you let all the opportunities to go away. But guess what? You're gonna understand in the next 5 to 10 years. You're gonna look back and you'll be like, oh, in 2025, April 2025, if I would have done that, if I would have bought that, if I would have invested on that, if I would have, now I would be a millionaire or a billionaire in a better position. But you don't know it. What matters is right now. Live in the moment, be present, but also plan the future. Don't go full YOLO. Blow your money, ruin your life. You need to be smart. That's what I mean. Don't go YOLO. I mean, yeah, I'm the guy that I'm telling you. Past is just history. It's sweet. You can learn from it. Not to do the same mistakes again. But you gotta live in the moment because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow if you wake up or not. Or maybe you just go out of the house and you go into a crazy accident. You die. You spend the rest of your life in hospital, or I don't know, just World War III happens and Russia and US start a nuclear war, and we all get fucked, and you name it, another pandemic, whatever. And you're gonna regret, oh my god, I didn't even have fun. Oh my god, I worked all my life. Oh my god, I didn't, enjoy time with my family. Oh my god, I didn't spend time with my children, with my wife. Oh my god, I didn't even, you know, um, took care of myself. And now, I'm in this situation, and now I got hit by a bus, and now I'm dead, or now I'm right. But that doesn't mean that you need to living in the moment doesn't mean that don't give a fuck about tomorrow. Yeah, okay, like they say, um, this is the famous line of Steve Jobs, that, that Steve said, like, what would you do if today would be your the last day of your life? All right, seriously, think about it for a few moments. Just stay calm, close your eyes, think about it. What would you do if today was the last day of your life? Tomorrow you would never wake up. So what would you do? Seriously, ask yourself. You would do so many crazy shit that you have no idea. Like crazy. But guess what? It's not the last day of your life. That's the good sign. It's not That's a good part. It's not the last day of your life. All right? Tomorrow you're gonna wake up. You're gonna take shower, put your clothes on, go out, or chill, gym, whatever, run by the beach, planning a vacation, whatever you are doing, right? So it's not the last day of your life. Living the moment does not mean do not plan for your future. Living the moment does not mean um you know zero plan for when we are talking about future, we are talking about early future, mid future, far future. Living the moment does not mean that, hey, you are on vacation, just spend all your money, get drunk, buy drinks for everyone, whatever, fancy restaurants, rent expensive car, hotels, all that, and just spend all your money and be like, oh, Ali said, or the others are talking about living the moment. And now I'm back home, and oh my god, I have no money. I don't know what the fuck I should do. It doesn't mean you need to be smart. Think about 5 years from now, your family, your retirement, your safety net. Balance the moment with the mission. That's what I'm talking about. So, my final thoughts on this topic would be, stop comparing yourself to others. Stop living in the past. Stop letting outside noise mess with your peace. And most importantly, com- compete with yourself. That's it. Improve yourself, show up for yourself, and compete with yourself. That's the best competition you can have. That every day you wake up, you try to beat yourself and be a better version than what you were yesterday. every single day, try to be 1%, at least one, only 1%. If you do that, 1% better than the day before, if only you do that, you will be in much better position. Guys, think about it. You owe it to you. You owe this to you. Forget about whatever you owe here and there. You owe all that. You owe this to, like being in compete with yourself, trying to every day being 1% better than the day before. You owe that to yourself. So yeah, that's it for this one. If it hit you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to this pod. I hope to see you in the next one as well. Thank you. Have a good time. See you soon. Bye bye.